Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas, Old World Blues. On the Series JG, we haven't really had any combat, but we have been lobotomized. So let's keep this conversation with the science man going here. I'd like to know about the Forbidden Zone.
That glowing red scar? That laser lobotomy canyon maze carved in the landscape as if by some child? It is Mobius's fortress. From that hemorrhoidal fissure, he sends his amazing robo-scorpions to terrify and irritate us. He always tended to the dramatic. This is the think tank. The nerve center of Big Mountain. The greatest research center known to man, and to us. Here we test and test and test some more in the name of science. Atomic power, nuclear power, and scientific power.
I've heard this place called the Big Empty.
Yes, because the intellectually challenged see an M and a T next to each other and take Occam's razor to it. While you are here, you will refer to this place properly, and you will do the same with the other scientists here.
Do we have to construct additional pylons?
Ask Boros. I believe he knows more about the fence than any brain. Except maybe Mobius. Mobius was involved in their construction, if I recall. But he's such a hack, he probably was reading off Boros' notes and schematics.
Wow. You don't like that guy very much, do you? Some more questions about this brain extraction?
Well, we didn't actually do it. We tried to clean up after, as always, but usually the auto dock runs on remote. But we programmed it, or Mobius did. Still, this new wrinkle with the Tesla coils in your skull was unexpected. I mean, we predicted we'd have a breakthrough eventually, but Dala knows more. She supervised your spine peel and the heart circumcision, then dumped them both into the tanks in the sink above. Quite sanitary. Sure took her time. She always takes longer than projected with lobotomite surgeries. Not sure why.
She's a weirdo. Said before Mobius might have my brain?
Yes. In all probable likelihoods, yes. Possibly. That it may have gone to Mobius is merely an inkling. I don't know why, but it may be something involving the surgery code. Actually, I don't know. All I know is it misplaced itself, or it floated off. They get into robots sometimes and go on a tear.
This is the Autodoc surgery code you mentioned. Mobius set up the Autodoc medical routine, so you think he's responsible for the post-organ dump.
Yes, always leaves back doors into things. Have to keep finding them and closing them. The Autodoc is now erased of his routines. It was thorough. Only Mobius would know for sure what happened with the procedure. Perhaps. Well, and your brain, of course, it would know as well.
He puts a lot of qualifiers. Come on, brains can't talk. Well, most brains.
It can communicate the procedure when we examine it. It is conceivable to trace its surgical scalpel prints once we have the brain. Might take some time, but your brain has no pain nerve to scream at us while we dissect it. Convenient. I detest screaming in my lab.
What's the Autodoc surgery code?
Mobius's legacy code was in the old auto-doc. Yes, it fried itself after your procedure, so he couldn't tell for sure. It is unfortunate. We would have benefited from knowing how the breakthrough occurred. Even if we installed another chip, the information is lost.
Why would he want my brain?
Why does he seek our destruction? Why did he build robot scorpions with intelligence training stingers?
Good question.
It is because he hasn't cleaned his biogel in a long time. Clearly he's got some sort of psychological corrosion. He's mad.
And these mechanical robo-scorpions assume intelligence. Are you certain of your findings?
Dr. O is certain of his findings, and no one else in the think tank is willing to test the results. Loss of brainial power. Terrifying. O has said on many occasions his inability to comprehend Mobius's robo-schematics is because of repeated robo-scorpion stings.
Okay.
Yes, a most goodbye.
And I can't shoot them. Even though I really want to. So I think this is the lady one. But there's like 5 of them. There's Dr. Dala.
Stop hovering.
Okay, so there's actually 5. Can you speak? Do you understand me? Your voice module got damaged. I heard an attack. Is that a yes or a no or a yes no? Pretty sure you can understand me and I want some answers. Can I ask you some questions? Can you tell me about the attack? I didn't catch that. Maybe part of the damage. Who are you? You're agitated or percolating or something. Wait, after listening a bit, that's Robco Term Link Protocol you're broadcasting, right? I'm just full of surprises. Well, I've hacked enough Robco terminals to know. Nice pun on the header file ref. Well, the code's got some problems, and I'm not arguing that. I agree, if someone would just take the time, you're more than just sound effects and a tank. Doesn't that mean it can be hacked? It'll only take a second to violate your rights and make your voice mine. If that's term link code, don't worry, I'm not going to take advantage of your exposed code. Not a problem, I know what it's like to be experimented on. Alright, quit your grinning, you idiot. Look, don't make me regret this. When I first arrived, tell me you didn't sunjaculate into my sonic emitter. Can you tell me about the sonic emitter? Can you put it on my Pip-Boy? So your house is there. So that's another code, better code in your house. Oh, nice, 2 codes. Well, I don't understand what's going on here at all. Well, we leveled up, I guess. Melee weapons. I guess maybe we should have better energy weapons than we do. I could get them up to 30. That would allow us to yeah, 30 would. 30. That would mean that with a magazine it could be up to 50. So I don't think we can. Still can't do anything with trying to redo that quest. Or yeah, never mind. On the same wavelength, investigate 8's terminal link code. Okay. So I'm wondering what would happen if we were evil and took over his voice. Might look that up. Because we've been kind of Paragon-y. Speak to 8 if you can. Travel to the X8 Research Center to find the force field disrupting EM pulse wave upgrade for the sonic emitter. The reunion. Travel to the canyon wreckage near Prim and enter the divide. I thought we... Weird. I thought we did that. I mean, I've been back in there.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
Do you always get this dramatic?
Drama? There is no drama in science. As I learned in high school, science is an intellectual pursuit devoid of bestial emotions. Unless, of course, you are a communist. Like Betsy Bright, who sat next to me in math, and her smoking Confederate Richie Marcus. As I learned in my high school, American High, AHS, drama is for movies, things of fiction. Here in the think tank, the only star is science. Before you is the brain of Dr. Boros, head of animology, beastology, and DNA scrambling technology here at Big Mountain. I lay the bones and hearts of animals bare beneath my searing gaze, especially the dogs. I did so love dogs once.
My dog.
Especially
Honey.
Gabe, that rascal. But there are many animals to shape. Industrious cazadors, the happy-go-lucky night stalkers. They are my living, breathing DNA test tubes.
You're responsible for cazadors?
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile. They are contained here at Big Mountain to preserve DNA and for observation.
Makes you think they haven't escaped.
Because Big Mountain safety measures are far more sophisticated than their primitive animal instincts. We are their lords and masters.
Contained at Big Mountain, those things are all over the Mojave.
No, such creatures are found only here, for research purposes. They would no more be capable of escape than breeding.
I don't think they're sterile, they breed alright.
I cannot expect a lobotomite to understand the careful surgical castrating procedures used in their creation.
Just snip, snip, straight
Perhaps
simple.
a demonstration of my castrating power would settle your doubts.
No, it's alright, trust me.
Oh, that's too bad. Perhaps we can perform a sterility castration some other time then.
You don't seem to have a grasp on your own research.
Nonsense! That is what you speak. Nonsense from beyond. I was at the top of my high school class in American high
God.
school. I knew facts. I knew figures. I knew data. We would know if our research was flawed. It is not. We never contradict ourselves, so do not even try.
When did you create cazadors?
In 2000, let's see, carry the 3, then count backwards with the Great Static, or beyond. There were the tarantula debates, and something about hawks, which made it around 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. Why are we even debating this? What you ask is of no importance. Mobius besieges us. There are more important things to worry about than data and facts.
Keep out
The malignant tumor that is Mobius plagues us all. His hunger for power, insatiable. From his lair in the Forbidden Zone, his terrifying Robo-Scorpion army clicks and whirs across the crater, a big mountain, ever seeking, ever stinging. He must be stopped, or all of Big Mountain shall be destroyed.
About the radar fence?
The radar fence protects us all.
I don't have to talk very much in these videos, do I?
The one who built it is me. It keeps anything with a disembodied brain inside, like us. And anything without a brain, also inside. It is the ultimate defense against communist aggression. There'll be no infectious ideas on my watch.
There's a hammered sickle in that eye. Beware. That means you're trapped here?
Trapped? Nonsense. We are secure here from evil philosophies. Ever since my anxiety-filled days of powerlessness and being bullied in American high school, I have dreamed of such security as the fence. That and giant cybernetic dogs that would ruthlessly patrol and kill anyone who wasn't my friend, like Richie Marcus and Betsy Bright.
We get the joke.
Who's laughing now, Betsy? I hope you and Richie are happy smoking in your radioactive coffins. I'm glad you never came to my birthday party.
But there's a whole world beyond this place.
No! Beyond is death, despite mounting evidence to the contrary. No matter where these strange humans wander in from with their ideas and new brains, there is nothing beyond Big Mountain.
Evidence to the contrary?
Enough! Stop filling my precious brain cell units with irrelevant data. You sound like the other visitors, making wild claims of a world beyond, where there is a war beyond war. It is unproven and unthinkable. Bother the other doctors with your crackpot theories. I have no time. None of us do.
Can you tell me about Betsy?
There is logic and purpose in it. If these technologies are needed to pierce the Forbidden Zone, so be it. Science is powerful, and in the right hands, our hands, if we had hands, we would be nigh unstoppable.
Can you tell me about the big mountain?
It is our home, threatened by the horrors of Mobius. All we wish to do is continue our research, layer upon layer, above and beneath the floor of the crater, until we have our answers. But no, Mobius will not let us rest, scaring us with his scary robots with their laser tails and blowing up all the time.
Why have you leveled this place? I saw the expanse on the balcony. You've made a mess of this landscape. This crater looks like it's been tag teamed by giant fuckbots. Huh.
It was not our first choice of testing grounds, but we no longer have the luxuries of our test cities. Then we lost the mountain. After the explosion, we couldn't find it anymore, so the crater became our testing grounds. For science.
Test cities?
Yes. In the past, individuals would come to us, pay for technology, and if their town, community, or city was just right, we could use that city as a controlled experiment. Vault-Tec was much better at it, of course. We had to make do. Get permission. Sometimes. If only we could have used commie cities. But capturing whole cities was hard, so we captured enough commies to make cities of our own. So we had a group of Chinese prisoners to experiment on. Those were the days. But the true test was science on unsuspecting Americans. Whether it was holograms, new autodocs, toxins, vending machines, we wound them up, let them go into tiny, isolated towns. Then we observed...
Yeah, before the apocalypse, the Fallout universe was a pretty weird place. What was this explosion?
Boom! Yes, quite unexpected and embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. Much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside, because it is bowl-shaped.
Other questions?
Submit your questions. I shall respond with deadly answers.
Never mind.
Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
So now we gotta talk to Dr. Pervy Lady and Dr. Other Guy. He didn't really have much personality that I noticed.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear.
You are
Between
centered
the
weirdly.
extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression.
I don't
Will
get it.
you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue.
Dr. Dollar, do you
Like
need to be
having a
alone?
fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's mouthal cavity.
Crow once asked the... Oh man, I don't have enough perception for...
Your primitive eyes deceive you. No, there are no needs contained within my soft gel. Much like the soft gel of your eyes. No, nothing here.
Oh, that's too bad. I guess if I could boost perception, I could probably come back and try that again, but...
Why, my little bear of teddiness. I am Dr. Dalla, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
What is formography?
It's excessive examination of the human form to achieve psychological arousal. Disgusting. I would never succumb to such base appetites, distractions, filthy, filthy distractions. Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but
Empty.
new sciences as well. Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
Mm-hmm.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
Yes, I'm Dr. Destruction. I'm sometimes called Courier.
Oh, a mailman. A delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive feet or
With
similar
many
conveyance.
penises.
You are the second one I've met in recent times.
Ah,
Very
so they're
different
gonna
specimens.
talk about this other courier too. The other courier has been hinted at a few times. He's, I think, the subject of the final DLC.
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one.
You know, me.
He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
What was the question? She just told us she doesn't know.
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
She came and went.
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure.
The brain removal
Well,
thing.
except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Clamp the subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of the skinvelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
How is this even possible?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
I feel strange in here, peaceful, but non-edge.
It is the pacification field emitters that are broadcasting into the emptiness of your skull. Without a brain, your aggression is suppressed in here.
Is there a way to shut it off?
Why would you want such a thing? You might surrender to your hormones and commit primal aggression on me, on us, again and again.
Yep.
Then I would have to return the favor, activating my vivisectors and gently lobotomizing you from behind. Not something I would relish doing. No, the only way to circumvent the field is to have a brain, and we extracted that like we do all lobotomites here.
Alright, other questions?
Perhaps you are stuck in a looping gesture of verbal intercourse.
Boy, there's a lot more. Understand how the tech he wants will help. What about Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius. A monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory, and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
I wonder if he turns out to already be dead. I'm sure we'll be talking to him at some point, assuming he's not already dead.
It'll all become clear. If not, at least we will have the technology here at the Dome, where all technology belongs. When we have all the technology, all the answers, we can share it with the world, piece by piece. All will be in order, and all will be like Big Mountain.
I have a feeling we don't really want to help these guys.
This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see. No matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you.
Previous test subjects? Questions like what?
Previous test subjects who have come here have had many questions for us. We answered them with science, fire, and termination.
Huh. Later.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
Well, we still got to talk to,
I
Doctor.
don't understand how you can stand those leg things.
Still got to talk to Dr. O, but, see, this looks like an Enclave crate. But it's got duct tape in it. I want to quick ask
Did you
him.
retrieve the technology?
I heard one of your previous visitors, Dome, spoke of you, asked some questions.
Hmm? Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh, well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
Uh-huh. So that's all we get?
Yes, a most goodbye.
Guess we don't really get to find out what the other courier asked. Anyway, calling it a video. Next time we talk to Dr. O, and unless he's got a whole video's worth of stuff to say, I think we can actually leave. I'm also, between videos, going to check and see just how important any of the stuff I haven't been able to get, such as the energy weapon, or having one more point of perception when talking to Dr. What's-Her-Face, or hacking Dr. 8's voice, what any of those things would do for us. So I'll be able to tell you a little bit more next time. Bye-bye.